Bet yw'n enw i.
My name is Geoffrey Thomas.
My name's Dorothy Morris.
Sandra Llywelyn.
I'm in my 60s.
Ie, well fi weid, 72, ond Calon 27.
66.
I'm 89 years young. I was born in Llanelli in Walters Road. It was a very, very nice terrace street, tree-lined, and a very friendly area.
I was born in Wynalwydd and I was raised there.
I was born and raised in South London 5 years after the war.
Ces i ngeni yn Gwynfe ger y mynydd di, ond dwi ddim yn cofio lot o'r adeg ni achos o'n i'n ifanc yn mynd o'na, a wedyn mynd i dal y llychau ger Llandeilo i fyw.
The house I grew up in, along with my entire family, so there were 15 of us in the one house because the place was, completely bombed out. It was a massive old Victorian mansion that would have had servants' quarters at the top and big kitchens in the basement.
Tili ges i magu, fferm oedd hi. Oedd e'n di mawr gyda 4 stafell wely. A bathrwm yn dod hefyd, achos pan o'n i yn Gwynfe, oedd ddim bathrwm i gael, oedd batho yn y sink.
I grew up in a semi-detached house on the outskirts of the village, and I had a very large garden, which was great.
Oh, it was a very, very friendly neighbourhood. Everybody knew everybody else. We knew everybody in the street, and it was a very, very long street. Everybody was friendly and weren't in each other's pockets, but if one was needed, help was there at hand always.
It was basically a little Welsh village. A lot of people spoke Welsh and a lot of people didn't, so it was like 50-50. It was 5 miles this side of Swansea, west of Swansea, and it was a church-based community where people went to church every Sunday.
Okay, where I grew up in Deptford in London is actually quite a famous place. Sir Francis Drake lived there, Samuel Pepys, John Evelyn, lots and lots and lots of people. But after it was severely bombed, it was a bit of a dump, to be honest. It was like flat.
Ardal hynod o hyfryd i fyw ni. Wrth gwrs, y rhai sy'n gyfarwydd a dal y llychau, mae'r llynnoedd, mae'r inni a'r abati, ond mwy na hynny wrth gwrs yw'r gymdogaeth hyfryd.
For fun, I used to play in the garden. I used to be able to roam up to the Graig and run round wild really and only come home when I was hungry. So the outdoors was my big adventure place really.
Yeah, well, when I was younger, because I was brought up in a household with all my cousins, and they were nearly all boys, so I was a tomboy, and we used to go out and play cowboys and Indians and ride our bikes and generally get filthy, climb trees, all that sort of, kid stuff.
Cael sport. O'n i'n licio whare yn blentyn, achos bod fi'n yn unig ferch a 2 frawd y fi. O'n i wastad yn whare lot wrth yn unan. A beth o'n i'n licio wneud oedd whare tŷ neu whare ysgol. A fi oedd yr athrawes a fi oedd y plentyn.
And now the back lanes were our play area because they were spotlessly clean. And we used to play soccer there and cricket and ride our bikes there, and it was lovely. And of course we had Penavant Park at the bottom of the street, so it was an ideal place to grow up in.
As a teenager, when I was allowed to, I used to go to dances, jazz clubs, anything that was on in Swansea, but my father always picked me up in the car, and it was like twice a week, and I always had to make sure my homework was done or I couldn't go.
Wel, wrth gwrs, o'n i'n licio cwrdd â ffrindiau, wrth y modd yn cwrdd â ffrindiau. A wedyn, pan o'n i'n dod yn hun, mynd i ddawnsfeydd pan o'n i'n cael. Ond beth oedd yn arbennig am hwnnw, oedd na ddawns i gael yn bellwaith yn Llansawel. Ond o'n i yn lwcus brynu bod na 2 frawd gyda fi i drefnu bod ni'n dod nôl ar yr un amser.
I was lucky enough to be a teenager when there were mods and rockers. And then there were, other people who were just normal and hippies. And then there were so many different subcultures because I became a teenager when teenagers were kind of invented, where we became a thing. And I dabbled in every single one of those different subcultures. So I had my moddy clothes, I had my leather jacket and my rocker clothes. It was great fun.
When we were a teenager, and you started looking around for girlfriends and that sort of thing, put it that way. On a Sunday night, we used to go on what they called the Monkey's Parade. Now I must explain. Monkey's Parade was a parade round Llanelli, starting in Murray Street, going down, then round Stepney Street, going at the back of Stepney Street, and carrying on again, and calling in either the Mayfair Cafe for a coffee, or Sartori's, and having a coffee and a chat, and we'd spend a long time there having that coffee, believe you or not me, and of course, but we were all dressed up very smartly. The boys would be hair done just right and very smart. The young ladies would be very smart as well, and we'd meet our girlfriends along that route. And then of course the big mecca was the Ritz Ballroom. Saturday night was dance night, and we'd all go there, and of course they'd have a big 12-piece band playing, and it would be fantastic, and they'd have this big dome with a crystal ball and the lights on it, and the dome would light up, and the band would be playing. It'd be fantastic. And then they would have an interval, and believe it or not, they had a revolving stage. The stage would revolve, and then there'd be another band playing during the interval. So it was non-stop. And we'd have singers there, and it was really, really good. We really enjoyed it. And of course, that's where I met my wife, Ina. Was at the Ritz Ballroom.
The advice that I do give to young people and to everybody else is live your life the way you want to lead it. Don't worry about what everybody else thinks, they're not important. Because you will be unhappy and miserable if you don't live the life that you want.
I would say be honest, follow your dreams, and don't let negative people put you down.
Sicr yn bydden ni'n gweud I wneud fawr o bob muned o'ch bywyd, siarad â phobl, bod yn garedig â chi'ch hunan a ffrindiau, a parchu bobl hefyd. Mae parch I fi wedi bod yn beth mawr iawn yn y mywyd I, a falle bod ni'n colli'r parch erbyn hyn. Ond mae hynny yn bwysig iawn. Dim ond pwy yw, bydden ni'n gweud bod hynny yn beth I gofio yn sicr. Ond wneud fawr o bywyd a bach llai ar y ffôn symudol falle, siarad â bobl yn lle bod ar y ffôn symudol. Na ni. Diolch.
One should try and do his best and respect people, respect colour and creed, and be friendly with people, and if you can help people along the way, just do that. In fact, my dear wife Ina had a plaque in the kitchen there, and I think that sums it up very well. I've actually taken the plaque off to show you, and it's called The Road of Life. And I'll read it for you. I expect to pass through this world but once. Any good, therefore, that I can do, or any kindness that I can show to fellow creatures, let me do it now, for I shall not pass this way again. And I think that sums it up really well, don't you?